Всем привет, с вами Квадрат. Мы продолжаем играть в игру Fallout 4. Напоминаю, что мы здесь строили с вами телепорт, еще запутались. Мы, короче, не могли перенести панель, но я сейчас это все сделал. Он каким-то счастливым образом отошел от нее. Значит, я поймал момент, перенес сюда, все подключил. И, собственно, сейчас я покажу, как это все работает. Надо было, чтобы это все было подключено к одной сети, вот так вот. Да, здесь очень большой бардак, но зато все работает. Сейчас я заведу генераторы, и вы увидите, как включится эта штукенция. Так. Вот. Поехала. Вот такая вот эта штука. И вот это еще включаем. Вот, все. Мы включили перехватчик сигнала. И давайте теперь посмотрим, что у нас по плану. Поговорить. Где наша Дездемона? Так, это техник Том. А Дездемона у нас вон. Как складно, да? Так, но и давайте залезем еще в броню. То вдруг нас сразу захотят закинуть. Так что поэтому лучше в ней. Эй, ребят, где? Привет. Давай поговорим. Что еще мы можем делать?
There's a man or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him. So we gave him the code name, Patriot. If your plan works and you're able to get inside the Institute, we need you to make contact.
How can I contact him if you know nothing about him?
Patriot devised a method to communicate with us one way. The plan hinges on us using this method to close the loop and contact him back.
Ну, давайте, скажем, там постараемся.
Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll contact you. Until you make contact, and probably after, you need to stay in their good graces. You need to infiltrate them. Can you do that? Can you be our agent on the inside?
Так. Ну, я даже не знаю, просто пока.
It's best to stick as close to the truth as possible. And you're gonna have to think on your feet. We don't know what's waiting for you. If you make it at all.
Я не знаю, просто вдруг что пойдет не по плану. Ну, давайте пока просто скажем ему, что типа давайте сделаем.
You can do this. I believe in you.
Чтобы их не расстраивать.
Just plug it into any Institute terminal and wait for the reply. Tom, talk to me.
Хорошо. Задействовать перехватчик сигнала. Так, и вот эта штука какая. От первого лица все будем делать. Так. Эй! Смотрите, в ночь это все делаем, как красиво.
Let's see what she's got. Take this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot. Oh man, don't worry. That's all part of the plan.
Ох ты, йоу.
Do whatever you can to gain their trust. Lie. Tell them what
Это так и должно быть.
Make up a cover story and sell it.
Тут шланг дикий. Там почини это все потом. Да иди в жопу, блин, Дездемона. Мне насрать. Видишь? Я занят. Да я понял, господи, сколько ты мне еще раз это повторишь? Может, я не буду этого делать? Ой-йоу. Давай быстрее телепортируй, она задолбала разговаривать со мной. Воу. Вот это да. Это круто. Так, нас переместило. Я боюсь двигаться, даже давайте осмотримся, где мы с вами находимся. Какая-то комната. Так, а на карте? На карте можем посмотреть, где мы находимся? Развалины института. Хм. Интересно. Так, давайте-ка пойдем потихонечку. Офигеть. Офигеть. Мы с вами в институте. Что-то красная кнопка какая-то. Аварийная кнопка. Почему все красные кнопки хочется вот прям жмякнуть? Так, что у нас? Под землей под прикрытием. Запустить зашифрованную голозапись на любом из терминалов института. Дездемона вручила мне зашифрованную голографическую запись, с помощью которой я смогу через любой терминал института связаться с агентом-хранителем подземки, патриотом. Возможно, вместе с ним или не мы придумаем, как устроить массовый побег. Угу. Так, нет, хорошо, еще что тут? На просьбу о помощи нет еще пока. Нет, нет. Так, хорошо, ну что, придется ходу тогда пока делать вот это вот. Че, посмотрим, что в этом терминале. Интересно. Что-то у нас тут не приняли.
Hello.
О, в смысле отец? Эй.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
В лифт? Где он? Да, вот у нас появилось новое задание. Поэтому вот это выключаем. А вот это включаем. О! Мне показалось, меня кто-то толкает. Скажем так, меня это напрягло. Хорошо. Ничего не будем пока здесь воровать. Давайте тупо зайдем в лифт. Сейчас посмотрим. Блин, как тут все, а? Забавно все построено тут. Это же институт, мать его. Блин, вот я хочу нажать на кнопку. Можно? В доступе отказано. Нас куда-то увозят.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Да, вас все ненавидят.
Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do.
Нифига.
For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival.
Круто у них здесь.
Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision.
Блин, вот здесь такое чувство, что войны вообще не было.
It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above
Ну да. Очень она там нестабильна.
I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone.
Камера. За нами следят.
But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason.
Откуда ты знаешь?
You are here for your son.
Откуда ты все знаешь? Наконец-то я нажал на какую-то из кнопочек. Странный лифт. Оу. Что это такое? Аппликатор? Гаечный. Это такой гаечный ключ. Отоскоп, планшет, пинцет. Что? Шон? Я, конечно, понимаю, что я сейчас с первого раза должен нажать на него, но... Дайте-ка осмотреться. Раздвижные двери требуется ключ. Ну хорошо. Шон, привет.
Sean,
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean,
Надо было шлем снять.
it's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh, shh, it'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Sean, I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean.
Ты что?
I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
No.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes.
Можно убрать оружие уже еще.
What's going on here?
Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional,
Так, я сейчас что
and
должен
that your
делать?
journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father?
Right.
Just...
I promised answers. But I need you to realize that this... You have traveled very far. It's good to finally... I am
Ну давайте примем
your
его.
son.
It's really you. After all this time.
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept.
Ну это мы
But
тоже
then you
вычитаем.
learned that your son... Is it really so hard to accept?
Sure.
And here I am.
They stole...
Right? At that time, scientific. So they found...
So the weird...
In a manner of... The Institute... Plenty of that, even in the... But then the Institute found me. I was exact... I am...
And you...
I have. I know you...
О, что-то мы-то лишнее пролистали, ну ладно.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
You don't remember. You didn't see it the way I did. It was brutal.
Yes, I'm sure it was. Sadly, the world has become a brutal, unforgiving place. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance
Я говорю,
to begin again.
какую-то часть там разговора
What
пролистали,
else can I
но...
say? To ease your mind.
Ладно. Давайте про Келлога еще расскажем.
He worked for you.
Kellogg.
Спросим.
He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
He was a murderer. He killed your mother.
Believe me, I am well aware of the atrocities Kellogg committed. I suspect there are many more we'll never know of. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan.
Ну да, мне его
He never
пришлось
failed
очень
the
долго убивать.
Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Ну, моя цель была найти тебя.
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Things are pretty terrible up there.
I've seen it myself. I know. That is why we are so committed to creating a better life for ourselves here. And it's a life that you can now be part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Хорошо. Ну вот, в принципе, и все. Теперь нам... Офигеть, тут прикольно. Теперь нам надо поговорить со всеми учреждениями закрытого типа средств с руководителями отделений.
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
Why build it to look like you?
We'd advanced the technology behind synths to a point where this struck me as an interesting variation. A new angle, if you will. Modeling it after myself seemed only natural, what with the Institute's records and my genetics and physiology. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think?
Да я в
Do you
ахере
think you
отсюда.
could love him? Like you would a real boy?
Я не знаю. Давайте
I
что
don't
скажем.
need a synth. I found the real Sean.
Yes, but not the Sean you were looking for. In some ways, the synth is far closer to what you expected. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
Ладно.
Sean,
I couldn't be more proud of what we've achieved.
Все, мы больше не можем с ним ни о чем
Perhaps
поговорить.
someday our synths can reclaim the Commonwealth.
Ну вот, в принципе, и все. Но я думаю, мы на этом с вами остановимся. И в следующей части уже продолжим здесь осматриваться. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал, рассказывайте друзьям, комментируйте. Всем пока!